Hey guys, it's the last day of Vlogmas. That went really fast. And it wasn't actually as stressful as I expected it to be. I definitely could have been more organised. Some of my videos went up at like 3 minutes to midnight, and quite a few of them went up at like 1 AM. And for the majority of Vlogmas, I uploaded my videos on the same day I filmed them. So if I am going to do Vlogmas again in the future, if, then I'm definitely going to be more organised, and I'm going to make sure I film them the day before I upload them, so I always have one in reserve, which means I will also then be able to upload them at a normal hour of the day. I've had a really lovely, normal, chilled Christmas. The Christmases that I've got to know in the last few years are having a show on Christmas Eve, then coming home, having the evening, having Christmas Day off, and then going back on Boxing Day, sometimes to do 2 shows. And it's like really hardcore. Because you've only got Christmas Day off, it feels like everything builds up to that one day, and once that day is over, that's it, Christmas is gone. And I appreciate that many of you will be in that situation where you're working through Christmas, so I apologise profusely for talking about it and rubbing it in, but this is the first time in a good few years where I've had the time around Christmas Day off as well, so I'm sort of wallowing in the festivities, and it feels like Christmas has lasted longer. I got given some lovely things. I got given some very grown-up things, namely my frying pan, and I also got given a spiral slicer from my brother and sister-in-law. It's literally a pencil sharpener for vegetables. You put the veg in, you twist it, and it just sharpens it into slices. As I said in one of my last videos, Pete and I were supposed to be buying each other the Toy Story Disney vans, but they only had 1 pair left, and they just happened to be in the style that he wanted and in his size, so I didn't know what he was gonna get me. And he got me a DVD, he got me some Turkish Delight, and he got me these earrings. I wanted green earrings for ages, and I've just not been able to find ones that I really like, and Pete got me these and I absolutely love them. They're silver and green. It's exactly what I love. He knows me. For the last few days of the year, I intend to sit in my flat and enjoy not being at work. I'm just going to enjoy having some time to be a human, to be a normal human being. For anyone who's been in the same job for a very long time, when you're doing the same repetitive thing day in, day out, especially when you're playing a character, when you're literally trying to be somebody else every day, you do start to sort of lose a little bit of who you are. That sounds far more sinister than I mean it to. It's not that dark and it's not that deep. It's just a case with anything when you repeat it on a daily basis for a very long time. You suddenly realise how much of a robot you've become and how fine-tuned you are to that routine when you sit down and stop that routine and you suddenly do nothing. So that's what this Christmas and the end of this year is for me. It's sort of like resetting all of my programs and all of my functions back to human. I've watched a lot of movies in the last few days. I've watched Maleficent, The Fault in Our Stars. I watched some weird Tom Hanks movie that I'd never even heard of called The Man with One Red Shoe. I've watched all of the Twilight movies, Ella Enchanted, and I am back to writing. For the last few weeks, I've just not had the time to sit down and get into the zone and properly write my book. But this evening, I sat and wrote 1,100 words before dinner, so we're back, and I'm gonna do some more tonight. I don't know if there's gonna be a video between now and the new year. I currently have nothing planned. There might still be a video, I don't know. But if I don't see you before then, have a wonderful new year, and I hope you've all had an amazing Christmas. I hope you've enjoyed Vlogmas as much as I've enjoyed making it. It's been a lot of fun, way less stressful than I expected it to be, way more disorganised than I expected myself to be, but it's been fun. There were songs, there was Will Smith, and there was lots of festive nonsense, and it was great. Much love, and before it's too late to say this, Merry Christmas.
We'll do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.